Drop it.
Hello people, it's Fairy here for the second part of the live show, and we're gonna do a serious logo talk. As I told you before, I'm a graphic designer. That's what I do for a living, and I wanted to make some things clear and show you some of the best logos, what was like in the first when the company released, and how did they transformed right now. So let's do this. Let's begin this. I'm gonna tell you just this. Logo design, for those of you who don't know it, it's a tricky business, I would say. It's tricky business. It has lots of research, lots of searching, lots of energy, creativity, ideas, trials and errors, and that's what happens. That's what happens when you need a logo, because a logo, a trademark, or whatever you want to call it, imagine it as your face in the world. You are a project, you want to be awesome, you want to be the best of you. So your face, when you go out, should be at its best. That's why you need a logo for your business, for your project, for whatever it is. So I'm gonna give you some little tips here. I give you the basic principles of a logo design, because I know lots of you needed a logo at some point in their lives, even if it is for your business or even if it is for your Facebook page, YouTube channel, Twitch channel, or whatever. You always need a logo. You need an identity. Make sure to keep a simple and clean design, because that's one of the basic rules. You need to use colors strategically. Have some colors that you like, but not bring all of them in your design. Seriously, you don't want to do that. You want to make your logo scalable. You want to make your logo remarkable. You want everybody to remember it. You want everybody to read it, and that's the basic principles. And an extra tip for you, I have this extra tip. You should make a timeless logo. You don't want a logo that in a year or so it's gonna be off. That's why sometimes if you're not a designer, you need to pay one.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
So please, if you're not a designer, or if you don't have a clue about what you're doing while designing a logo, please hire a fucking designer to do your job. I know sometimes it's super expensive, and sometimes you think, well, I don't need a designer for this. I can do it on my own. My little niche can do it. My little brother can do it, or whatever. Don't do this, people. Just don't do this, because when time passes and your logo is going to be bigger and bigger, and you will need to print it, you will need to make some big prints out of it, or even if you want to stick it in your website, you will wonder what the hell I was thinking when I didn't hire a designer and let my little brother do the job. Okay, so here is Amazon logo. I don't know if you remember its first logo. Its first logo is the one in the left, as you can see, and it is like an A with the road or something, but actually it's an A with a Z that makes a road. And the actual tagline there was Earth is the biggest bookstore, because at first Amazon was just selling books online. And here's what happened. Here you can see the transition from the first logo ever made by Amazon and Jeff Bezos, and this one here is the newest one. They kept the A to Z path there. It's the same logic, it's the same feeling, but it's a whole different logo there. And this is Apple's first logo. I don't know if any of you have seen the first logo of Apple, but it was this one. And Nowadays, this kind of logos are going nowhere, seriously. But back then, this kind of narrative logos that had a story to tell, because if you can see it, it depicts Isaac Newton under the apple tree. It has something about his childhood in there, and it's pretty emotional because that's what logos should do. Should tell a story. Should give you an emotion, not just like that's an apple. You need a background. You need a story there. And some of us are wondering, why the fuck apple? Why would anyone could name their company after a fruit? But Steve Jobs said this, that apple is the fruit of creation. And here we go with one of the first and most iconic logos, and it was for the Burger King. If you've tasted one of these Burger King burgers, I know you're a fan. I'm too. But Burger King was such an innovative company because besides the logo, the first name of this Burger King would called Insta Burger King. Insta Burger King, when Instagram was not even there. So it was the first and most iconic logo of 1955. Can you imagine that? 1955, and they had a king on the top of a burger with a huge soda box with him. It was crazy back then. And the burger, if you can see it now, it's also minimal. It has this font here, the red font, which is iconical too. But somehow, if it wasn't worth for Burger King there, I would go and put Lay's font there and do the Lay's Burger King advertisement. I don't know. Hey Google! My favorite one. And how many times have you seen this logo in your life? I want you to count them. Can you? At first, the creators are going to name Google what? Wait for it. They were going to name the platform, the search engine, BackRub. It reminds me of BackRub and bankruptcy and all of this stuff. Luckily, they changed that. But Google here is actually a misspelling of Google. Or if you don't know what Google is, maybe 10100 will ring the bell. If not, then that's Google. 4 colors, and only 4 colors. Even if it is 6 letters there, it has only 4 colors. And that's why, because they use the primary colors. The Microsoft logo, it was first and originally made by who? Guess who? Yes, it was the Bill Gates himself with his co-founder, and they made this logo there. They tried to use a program language to create this. This is actually created by a programmer language. It's not made by hand. It's not made by something like this. And they use this concentric lines and rounded edges thing with an inspiration from disco. They wanted this, but they knew Bill Gates and his co-founder knew that this logo was just the first logo. They said, okay, let's make a logo now, and then we will transform it. Who remembers this logo? So, did you know that the first name of the company, the first name of Mozilla company, it was not Firefox. It was not Firefox. It was Phoenix. Not this. This Phoenix there. because they're going to name their browser Phoenix. So here's we have Phoenix with which is rising through the flames and stuff. Because guess what? Believe it or not, people of Firefox company wanted to have a browser of speed. That was their value proposition, speed. And guess what? Guess what happened? Guess how speedy it was. The browser there. Anyway, so they having this Phoenix there, this Phoenix logo, and another company was having a trademark with a Phoenix and named their company Phoenix, so they couldn't use that. And this one is pretty it's pretty important for all of you who want to make some logos, and basically for businesses. I'm not talking to all of these people who are having some web content there. It's fine with you. You don't have to have these issues, but this issue of research that I mentioned before, it's like you should research your brand name so much before you realize what's it gonna be, what your name is gonna be, what your branding is gonna be. So that's what happened with Firefox company there, with Mozilla company actually, when they decided to name it Phoenix and have a logo, and then back again, double the trouble. They tried to say, okay, we don't have Phoenix, we need another name, we need another brand name. So what's it gonna be? And they think, and they said that we have a logo there. Okay, maybe we should call it the Firebird. Oh my god, and yay, it was not that good, because another company had the name Firebird. And guess what happened? They were like, okay, what we gonna do? And finally, in 2003, they decided, maybe we can call it Mozilla Firefox. Okay, and we have Firefox, the fire and the fox. What does the fox say? This is why this one was the first Phoenix logo, and this one was the final Mozilla Firefox logo. Well, they didn't make it with a speed, but at least they made it with a logo. Next, we have the Nintendo, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you can recognize Nintendo or Marlboro here, but this was actually Nintendo. This was actually Nintendo's first logo. And that's why Nintendo at first, as you all must know it, was an actual card company. This logo is actually a combination of 3 letters in Japanese that all make the sound Nintendo. And that was super clever. That was a super play there from Nintendo, because as you can spell it in Japanese, you will say Nintendo. And as you can spell Nintendo in English, you will say Nintendo. And as you can spell it in Spanish, in French, in Italic, in Greek, you will say Nintendo. And it also sounds the same to every single language. And it was crazy. Nintendo actually had too many logos after this, but this one was the first. And that's the latest one that we loved. It started transformation after they quit the playing cards and started the hunting video game industry, the video game industry. I have some tips if you want to make a serious logo, or if you're going to make it yourself, that's fine, but you need an advice. If you're a designer, that does not apply to you, but listen to me, look at me. If you're not a designer and need to create a logo, please listen to my advice here. I will give you some tips. It's secret, it's for my own experience, but listen to this and please do them before you actually have a logo for your company, for your project, for everything that you do. If you need a brand name, if you need an identity, do research, do more research, and do even more research for your company, for your projects, for your competitors. It's very important to look around you, see the competition, and research. Feel the brand's values. Even if it's for your brand, even if it's for your friend's brand, even if it's for your client's brand, feel the brand, feel their values, their philosophy. You need to do that, because if you don't feel it, you can't create it. And reflect the nature of the business. Each business have some different things to show, some different things to sell, some different things to say. But every project, every business, every brand name, everyone, it's just like us. We have something to say. We have personality. You can put that on your logo. You need to put personality. It's your face. It's your smile, it's your energy, it's everything. Choose wisely your colors, choose wisely your fonts. And when I say choose wisely, I don't mean that, oh, I like blue. Yes, we're gonna have it. I like purple. Yes, we're gonna have it. I like yellow. Oh, it's gonna happen. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you only need, for a logo, you only need 1 or 2 colors, maybe 3, but it's okay. You say, hey, Fairy, Google has 4 colors. Yes, because it's Google and because you can use 4 colors, but do you know which one of them? Are you pretty sure which one of them? So make sure to keep simple, keep your logo simple, keep 1 or 2 colors. Choose your font, make it readable. You need everybody to read your logo. And maybe, just maybe, think of it, be clean, be minimal, have character, have personality, but be simple, keep it simple, because nobody would see a logo that looks like a circus, okay? Do all this that I mentioned before. Keep my advice if you like. Throw that in the trash can if you don't. But if you're a designer, then yes, you know the job. Good for you. Oh yeah. If you're not a designer, keep this in mind. And please hire a fucking designer to do the dirty job for you, because you're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it so much, because it is your identity. It's your face. It's everything. That was for me for today, for this Fairy's Weird World. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if you have any other questions about design or anything else, please, I'm your girl here. I want to help you. For any design things that you want advice or you want something, please let me know.